Hello guys and welcome to Thursday. Now, when we last talked, we were we were getting acquainted with somebody at Old Orchard Beach. But other than that, we had an ocean to work on. And I'm actually doing that right now. We have this ocean to work on. I think I do have to do a little bit of terraining first. But I'm going to go along the seabed here and put in this and then put in the water, and then we'll see how that looks. So we have that red line telling us, hey, stop here. So yes, if you guys didn't get the memo from the weekly timetable, I believe it was, because I missed Friday's video because I was sick, there was going to be this video today. This video is not going to be very long, maybe 30 minutes at the most, because Thursday is normally not a day I record, and Thursday this week is a very, very busy day for me. And it's not even like I'm busy doing a lot of different things. It's like I'm doing one enormous thing that is going to take up the entire day. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, I'm sure you guys have your own, like, things you do in your life. You don't just sit here watching my videos, I hope. It's like, honestly, you have nothing else to do? Okay, give me money. I'm doing a little bit of a switchy uppy over here so that the textures don't get too monotonous. I know, it doesn't look great, but it looks alright when it's underneath this water. No, it doesn't actually. It looks terrible. Oh, that looks even worse. That does not, that's no good. You know what, maybe this does look alright. Hold on. Let me get the beach sand in here. Let me find some beach sand. I am fully aware this is not beach sand. What is it? That is actually really, really yellow. It's a lot yellower than I thought it was. Almost a little too yellow, don't you think? Like, I know it's really nice looking beach sand, but it's a little too nice. Like, you'd think it would be a little more like, oh, that's no good. That's the same thing. My idiocracy. Oh, what if I get a really small radius? Like, tiny. And then I grab this. And then I grab this. And then I do my cheap thing where I go into tools. And I copy this area. Turn off this and this. And I grab this area and I paste it. Hold on, that's not good. Look beachy, look beachy. Maybe we should have some sort of, like, retaining wall holding the water back in case of a hurricane. Huh, I wonder what kind of weather this place would have. I mean, I do kind of figure it's like a more New England setting. No. It's a mix between New England and, like, Colorado, because we have the mountains and the narrow gauge. But, I definitely have that New England influence because I live in New England. I like making routes of where I live to generate publicity. Actually, I always wondered if someone would go out and make a route of just the area where I am. Because there are some places where I'd kind of like to drive a train around. What is in this area? This area is a slope. Right. Right, so add water at that level. Radius. Alright. Let me just fill out this ocean. And I think that we should take something like this. Get a really small radius. And, like, fix up the coastline here. Not the coastline, like the edge. To make it a little bit more natural. No, that's no good. No fuzzy, or no random fading, just like fuzzy fading. Alright, let me terrain this area right here. Alright, so I've been going for less than 10 minutes. Feels like a lot longer because I'm under pressure, people. I have to serve. No. No. Bad, wrong button. And there we go. Now, if you guys like things where I play with other people, I think I have a good dose of single player and multiplayer stuff now because I am gonna. The multiplayer homeworld's gonna be there for a while. We'll probably have 4 or 5 episodes of that the way I split it up. Actually, I think it's 4, right off the top of my head. And then we have the multiplayer Black Desert. That's gonna happen all the time until I'm done with the map, and then after that I'll probably get him again for a different super hostile map. Although he has one hell of a schedule now with his new job, so some of the Black Desert stuff may be pre-recorded or whatnot. Uh, in fact, I was gonna see if I can get him on Fridays. His only days free really are like Tuesday and Friday, just about. So, or no, not Tuesday, Monday and Friday, just about. So it's a little bit difficult to rope him in. And he said his schedule is going to change too, so that might screw us even more. This looks like the new Minecraft gravel. Really. It also looks like vomit. And I would know. I spent last Friday sick. And just touch up these walls with something that looks alright for like a mossy river bank. I mean, this is no creek, I know, but... Whoa! That was an accident. It's no creek, but it has these steep walls that make it seem like this kind of stuff is warranted. I just want to go somewhere with like the alpine grass, like a place I've already been. Let's say we go over to let's go back up to one of the upper areas, like one of the ones where I've done all the textures and stuff. Like over here. Let's say I go into this chunk, this block, and I take a neutral texture. Let's say like, where's that dirt that I just saw? What's this field? This, and then I go like that. And that is to, you know, like fill in all the areas that I've, that looks like diarrhea land. Fill in all the areas that I've not put anything. But if I do that, then it's difficult for me to change stuff, because I have to paint it over. So I don't think I'm going to do that. If I have something completely done, and I never want to change it ever again, and I just want to get rid of all the pesky little grid lines without having to find them all, then I'd do that. Oh, that's loud. I forgot about that. Alright, let's get back down there. No time to waste. Except for time spent on the railroad tracks. Alright, out we go. Back over here. Alright, now I can just finish the water. It's like ocean making episode. Aimbot 3000. Wonder if it'll light up your system if you put extra water underground by accident. Alright, so I need to ask again, what kind of terrain features should go here? Should it be flat? Should it arc up to mountains? Should it just be a rolling kind of incline like this? What? I've lost inspiration for these areas. I need to just like, you know, balls to the wall, just start doing stuff. And then maybe I'll figure something that I want to do. You know what? That doesn't look half bad. Not bad indeed. Let's go. This way. With this gravelly edge here. I looked at the stuff that I'd use for the cliff and I was like, huh. Maybe I can use that for some sort of rocky bank. And I looked at the bank and I was like, huh, maybe that can be rocky. Balboa. The Italian stallion. Whoa, missed a spot. Alrighty, so. Let's get on over here. Almost looks like rock fill now. No, no way. What is this stuff? What am I doing? Half of the stuff, I don't even know when you'd use it. Like, it's so weird. I miss. Southerly. No, 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 no. What is some of this stuff? This stuff is ridiculous. And we could use this stuff for the ocean because it's so deep. What if I took this stuff and used it a little? That needs a steeper thing to look good. Like this would probably look good along here. Wait, scale increased. And if it was straightened out. Scale way increased. And then, divide it up with blocks of that. So it looks like, there's this intermingling cliff face of different ore types or something. No, that's no good. I actually like this the best. Hold on, let me see what it looks like if no, not that. This. If I take this section here and paste it a bunch. Well, I need to randomize it a little bit more, but it looks alright actually. What if I take a smaller bit, like this? There we go. Now you're going along here, and there's this colorful cliff on the other side of all sorts of eroded stuff. And then on the top, it's got to be like, grungy rock. No, that's no good. Not exactly like that, but like this stuff is worn away to form this, and then whatever that is, it's gonna go like right up here. And if I take this texture set and paste it along this cliff here, maybe we can use that instead of the grungy looking gravel, and use the gravel just down here. That would be a change. That actually looks not bad. Get these colorful cliffs. Although on this side we might want to use higher res textures, and on the other side we could not. And then of course we keep going down. We have the cliffs, 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 and then over here not so much cliffs, and then more cliffs. This is all eroded. And then of course right here we have the aperture lumber and docks, and this is not eroded. This was dynamited out. There was a cliff here. This sloped, and so they dug this out and dynamited it out. And so we are left with aperture lumber. But I think I should also make a texture pattern using this. No. Tiny scale a little bit. And this. And if I grab them with my wand and then paste them. Okay, there needs to be a little bit more stuff. A little bit more of this stuff at the top here. And then let me grab it again. Takes a bit to get these textures just how you want them. Nice contrast. To me, the journey is as important as the destination. We have our excellently designed yards at Temmeros, and then we're gonna have one at Galgora. But getting between the two is just as important. Yeah, so that's that. Alright, so I need to rethink what I've done over here, and then I need to texture this, so we'll probably see some of that tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed this rather short video. And, trainman out. Let's go down to some place where I can get off. Say I'm a boxcar, I just get dropped off here. Just sitting in the yard here, wondering what to do with my life. And then I noticed that, what the hell is that over there?